Hi Elizabeth, this is your reading. Starting off with the past issue, a past issue with you, and I feel that it's quite relevant to now, and I feel you're going through a self-acknowledgement, a change process, and it's also has a feeling of self-assessment on progression for yourself as you move on. Now I get that I'm picking up that with you, you're reflecting on the past and yourself in the past and how you're moving on into the future. I get a lovely feeling of self-acknowledgement that you are a nice person, you can recognise yourself as a good person, and also someone quite clued up. And I feel all these things you've been going through are quite relevant to now. It's like when I'll be doing this reading, I'll do a recap at the end, and I feel you've gone through a journey and you're now coming through this recapping stage of all these issues that you've been going through. And what's resonating the most from the past, I mean I haven't even started off with the present, is your knowledge and your intuition. Now with the energies that's going on around, I feel this is an opening for you with your spirituality, on you helping others. Pretty much what I'm doing now, I feel you're doing something of a similar kind of energy where you help people out, where you are in a position to give that help, that advice, and that is due to your past experiences which are quite relevant to you now. And I feel there's a reminiscing stage, recapping on what you've been going through. And yes, I'm now putting into the cards into the present, and I feel it's quite intense for you, as if quite a few people are asking. So a few days ago on this group, I don't know if you noticed, we had to stop on our reading day. We said no readings, so we've got loads to catch up on. And for some reason I feel like, and what was happening was loads of people were asking for readings and no one was getting readings. I think as a reader, even the readers were going through changes, but the members as well were going through changes, and they was asking for help, and there was just so much change, it wasn't the right time to start giving any further readings, because there was a lot of recap. And I feel lots of people going to you at the moment, energies are coming towards you, and you're like, whoa, hold on a minute, I need a bit of breathing space. And I feel that's quite relevant with you now, because you with this reflection of the past. Even though it's quite chaotic, like lots of readings can be chaotic, you're enjoying this the same way I'm doing now. I'm giving you and I'm enjoying it. There's a great feel of energy around me as I receive the energies, the message, information from spiritual, from the cards, and then I pass it on to you. It just feels great, which is one of the reasons why I do video readings rather than type them out on email, because you just can't get that lovely feeling of the energies. So moving on to where you are now, you are ready to branch out. You think, yeah, I'm a big girl now, I'm ready to, I've grown, I've matured, and I feel this need for you to, right, I'm going to go, I can start. The phrase I'm getting is cutting the apron strings, but obviously you're not a child, but there's some kind of attachment. I feel like you're breaking or cutting, and there's this great sense of you wanting to move on, because you know there's so much better stuff out there. I'm also feeling, because of this, do you remember at the beginning of the reading I said to you, because you know you're a nice person? Now it makes sense why I was getting that message, because I feel right now there's this reflecting of you knowing you are a nice person, and I feel you are cutting the phrase like cutting your losses and moving on, and I feel that's quite current with you now, and that's something you want to do, because it's like a cleansing when you of a cleansing, a decluttering stage, but I feel this is with people around you. And there's certain people you think, no, hold on a minute, I'm going to sort of unfriend them on Facebook, that sort of thing, just to start clearing out the clutter. And I feel that's something you're doing. There's a want for you now, or you might start to be doing, or very, very soon you're going to be doing this, because I feel this is a want within you to start saying, you know what, I don't really need that person as much in my life. I'm going to start keeping a bit of a distance, or even cutting ties. And I feel that's quite relevant with you now. So moving on to getting some advice for you, they're telling me for you to focus on your strengths. So this must be quite hard for you. And I feel but there's no need for you to feel like a struggle, because I see so much strength from you, and the experiences you've been through, you knowing you're a nice person, people coming to you for help, you're getting all this recognition and acknowledgement around you saying, yes, you can do this, you're a better person, don't cut the ties from the past. This is a big lesson you're going through, a big stage in your life. I understand, I can see that in the cards, I can feel it as well. Don't worry, you're going to get through this. I feel you being strong. A lot of intuition from the past that I was picking up, the knowledge that itself. I feel a lot of that coming forward, and this is all these experiences, these tools and lessons you've learned are going to be the tools to help you move on. And you are being asked to be strong. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but it is going to be something to your benefit. You're going to be pleased. It's one of those things where you look back, oh yeah, been there, done that, and I've done this, I've done that. And even though at the time it's like where you are now, it's like, oh, this is a bit of a tough one. When you get over it, you'll be so much more. I find I was actually talking to a friend earlier today. The lessons that we experienced, the hard lessons that we experience, are usually the ones we talk about with most pride in the future. And I feel this is one of those things. So you're being asked to call onto your strength. Look, reflect back on all the experiences you come through, the inner knowledge, you knowing you're not your right person, cutting the ties, all this sort of thing. And it's going to be so much better for you moving on. There's a lot of energies where we just cut a lot of the crap out of our lives, and this is a stage for you. I also feel this has got a healing aspect as well with it. Look at the bigger picture, they're telling me. Don't just be negative. And I don't mean that to knock you or to find fault in you. They're telling me not to be so negative, to look at the bigger picture, not to just look at the small aspect. Look at the bigger picture. So, moving on to how I see things panning out for your journey, the road that you're on. And nothing is set in stone. So this part, what I'm saying now, it hasn't happened yet. You have the ability to change it, or go with it, improve it, or make it worse. The control. The control moment is now, where you are now. And how I see things panning out for you, I do see you moving away. There's some kind of moving away from nice things. And I feel this challenge you're going through, this experience, I feel there's like a double bump in a road. And the first bump, which I feel you're at now, is a smaller bump to the next one coming along. So it's like a pre-med. You know, in a hospital, sometimes before an operation, you get the pre-med, which makes you drowsy, and they give you the larger one, which makes you properly sleep. And I feel that's the sort of feeling this has now, what you're going through. This little bump is saying to give you a boost of confidence, and yes, I can do this. And then there's going to be another hurdle coming up. I say a hurdle, it's a challenge, but it's all a good challenge. It's not a bad thing. I'm feeling coming up is going to be knocking on your door like, oh shit, I've got loads of bad stuff coming to me. It's not that. This is a challenge, a learning curve, a development for you as you progress, where I feel this little bump you'll be getting over, no problem, been calling in the show, and then have that confidence knowing you can deal with these issues. And I feel there's another one coming up. And I'm now picturing you, as I said, this is what I see developing, happening. Right, okay, what else are you going to throw at me? And I feel this confidence in you. Right, done that, who's next? What else do you want? What do you want to bring on? And I feel that's what you're going to be doing. Not like, oh, is there anything more going to be thrown at me? Not that at all. It's like, things are coming to me. Yeah, you want some? Bring it on. I'll deal with that as well. And that's how I'm feeling you're going to be. So this is a great reading for you. Lots of challenge, a lot of changes, reflecting on the past, building up strength and confidence, moving on, and it feels like a great progression for you. And I don't feel this is the end of your learning. I feel you've got loads more to do. You've got a lovely energy about you. You've come so far, and you've still got so far to go. Just enjoy it in bite sizes. Don't try to do too much at once. Recalling your strength, look at the bigger picture. Okay, I hope this reading's helped you. I've really enjoyed this. The first time I've used these cards, and everything feels great. Thank you very much, and please remember to leave me feedback, as it helps me so much with my development, because I'm learning lots too. Thank you very much.